Hi, I'm Yash from TOPdesk, and today I'm going to give you 6 practical tips for applying Agile Service Management in practice. But before we begin, remember to hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on the latest service management trends, tips, and tricks. Agile is becoming increasingly popular in fields from marketing to sales to ITSM. But how do you actually apply its principles to service management? Well, here are 6 practical examples. Number 1, make sure everything you do adds value for the customer. IT departments too often put a lot of work into things that their customers don't actually need. Let's say an IT department writes an extensive manual for a new smartphone. Sounds useful, right? But most of this information is already available on the internet, and the next OS update is going to make their manual outdated anyways. A more agile way of documenting is to keep the information in your manual limited to what is strictly necessary and first give these instructions to a small test group. Only describe company-specific information, like how do you synchronize your work email with a new smartphone. And if you receive questions from your test group, update the documentation before you officially start supplying the smartphone. Number 2, always work closely with your customers. When designing services or processes, organizations make a lot of assumptions about what their customers need. An example, for years, facilities organizations encouraged their customers to log a call when something was wrong in the office building. They only recently discovered that their customers found it quite annoying to receive 5 to 6 status updates every time they logged a call. The result? Many of them stopped logging calls altogether. In Agile Service Management, you involve your customers often and as soon as possible with everything you do. This way, you avoid working based on assumptions. The organization from this example has since come up with a solution together with their customers. When customers log a call, they tick a box saying they want to receive updates. One question and a single checkbox have spared 5 years of frustration. Number 3, the right people in the right place. Many IT organizations lean heavily on processes. The goal of working with processes is to guarantee a consistent quality of service, no matter who supplies the service. Sounds good in theory, right? In practice, it does matter who supplies the service. An unmotivated service desk employee probably leaves a less positive impression on the customer than a happy, motivated employee. You can't cover this difference with the process. An important part of the Agile mindset is to have enough time and attention for your team members. Your team only functions well with people who are good at what they do and when the work they do makes them happy. Is a team member no longer motivated? Talk to them. Maybe they're happier in a different role. Number 4, make your processes as flexible as possible. ITIL processes are usually not flexible. Take change management, for example. A change request needs to go through a set number of predefined steps. The only choice you have in the process is approve or decline. There is no room to change plans. If you want to change them, you need to stop the process, make a new plan, and then get approval again. Make sure that the processes you design are flexible enough to deal with ever-changing demands. This doesn't mean you need to implement every single change. It does mean that you leave room for your team to deal with the processes as they see fit. Number 5, design, implement, and improve your services step by step. New software or services implementations can take months or even years. When the implementation is finally done, you've gained so many new insights that you probably want to just do everything all at once. But by the time there's no budget left, the project team members have already moved on, and now the application manager is there to process all the feedback on their own. Delivering new services the Agile way means you deliver something workable as soon as possible, collect the feedback, and then use this feedback to improve the product. At TOPdesk, we do software implementations step by step. We first set up a basic version of the call management process, and as soon as it's operational, we go live. The process isn't perfect, but we're okay with that. While we continue working on the next process, we'll receive feedback and we improve call management. Number 6, keep your services and operations straightforward. Request processes often contain a lot of unnecessary management authorizations. The IT department assumes the management wants control over every individual request, or that the IT department doesn't carry any responsibility. This makes for a process full of authorizations and a manager who gets loads and loads of authorization requests. The process shouldn't be this difficult. It works better when the IT department asks the managers, how much control do you really want or need? They usually don't want to receive all these emails. An alternative solution Requests don't have to be authorized, and managers receive a monthly overview of the costs. This way, the manager still has control and an overview of the costs, but they don't have to process a lot of emails, and the employees help more quickly. It's a win-win situation. Want more service management content? Check out the description box and hit the notification bell to receive updates on everything we post.